Okay, we're here 2004. We're outside Friday night tossing the football around. Todd and I just spent the afternoon rebuilding a stand that Jerry and Doug and Joshua decided to knock down. We'll talk more about that. This is the year of the Goldwing and BFU.
It's actually Grandpa?
He's moving eastward from left to right as we speak. Alright. There we go! Maybe we should start the vehicle.
Let's go. Explains it.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Alright, we're heading to Tanks Friday night, 2004.
Tanks a lot.
I like that. That's good.
Funny.
Tanks a lot.
Perfect.
Deer run time.
Yep.
Oh, but we're gonna test out the road.
How many deer we're gonna see?
If you stay to
All right.
the left,
Who says over 100?
if you guide over to the left,
100?
you'll be digging this.
Over
Over 100.
I think you're overestimating.
Faster.
We keep going
You're
left
doing
and right.
fine, Doug. You're doing fine.
It's gotta say.
You're doing good, Doug. What about Mountain
Hey,
Dew?
everybody grab a drink. Mixed drinks back there.
Mixed drinks, certainly. You're a funny fellow.
It's a big gallon. It's gonna last
He's
us
a
from
musher.
here to...
He's a fun guy.
That's
FYI, Duggar, I think
Excellent
I put
driver.
her in low when I moved it the last time, so you'll have to adjust your situation there accordingly.
We made it to the road successfully.
Good job, Doug.
When's the last time I had this baby at home?
I don't know. There you go.
Now just put her neat and
Neutral
mash
is the
it.
key.
Here we
You
go. We're
got
on the blacktop,
Yay.
flowing.
Rolling,
Ready?
rolling, rolling.
We have not
for
hit a
deers
bank
and
so far.
swollen.
Looking for deer.
Upon the road.
No, my dick is swollen.
I didn't go there. I said deer.
You
You said dick, and now it's on recording.
no, Dick is
Son of a gun.
Dick man, no.
No, we don't want to go there.
Dick has hunted with us for many years. Well, he was a friend.
A friend of Josh.
He came from the
Belgium?
the group. He came from Belgium. I think so. He was a foreigner from Belgium. Belgium.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm
And
looking for.
his first name was Dick. And his last name was
Man. Want to be home?
Dick Wannabe?
Look at those deer.
Wow, big deer.
Yeah. This has to come from Kim.
Either that
Yeah.
or you got a really strong
Yep.
drink.
Too far. Yes. No, she doesn't make the drinks for us, but it's probably that
You
kind.
make us a straight
What I'm
drink,
reading,
I'm telling you.
It's gotta come from
That's a good girl. She makes a good drink.
She sends them all the drinks along.
7-7.
What a woman.
Just open up the top. Oop, cows. Move,
Keep eyes open.
move.
Now here's the
Is this
usually
deer clear or beer?
this is to the left now where usually far distance is there they are. There they are.
One, two,
three.
Yeah, just a couple.
4, 5.
Just a
Up in the corner. 4,
Wow.
5, 6.
Yeah.
Keep driving, Doug.
Sorry.
Only 94 away though.
Doug, please don't.
Please don't hit the oncoming traffic.
I think somebody else is looking at deer.
Well, let's hope not.
Oh, there's one. Oh, it's too close. Too close. That don't count. No, you can't count that.
Look at this.
How about
Look at
that?
this.
No, that one. Oh, that
Oh,
one
you
counts.
can't count that.
That one. No, that don't count.
They're going, what? Son of a gun.
So they're watching you to see where you're going.
It's just so quiet, all these.
Look at them there. Look at 3, 4.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right.
Oh,
If you would just
Ram
drive
in
through the
speed.
ditch, Doug. You got 4-wheel drive. We just want bam, 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 bam.
We only need
done over.
No, we got like 60.
Look at out there. Look at out there now.
67 to go.
Look at 'em.
We out there. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, bunch.
Oh, they love it. Look at that.
Oh, there are gobs. Always gobs.
Yeah, well, you got this cornfield right here.
100 behind here.
Look at that. Look at that.
Ooh,
1,
there's
2,
a
3, 4.
silver
Look at them.
poking around
They're
there.
feeding the cotton
How are they
picker.
doing?
They're just,
Look at all
they're
of them.
staying where it's safe because they know me.
Yeah.
Okay. Go corn fed.
Good job. Good job.
Corn fed.
Excellent. And this guy lost a pumpkin at 60 miles an hour. We're driving down 169, and the pumpkin just went whew, straight up in the air, and then launched off to the right. Thank God. And this poor pumpkin hits the road at 60 miles an hour and starts rolling. It was like, it only withstood about maybe 100 yards and exploded.
Kind of like Dad's four-wheeler, huh?
It was great. It was absolutely great. Tried to hang in there. I'm rolling.
Did Dad tell you about the four-wheeler?
Mom
Mom did. Okay.
We're not going there.
All right.
Roll of seed here.
It's just before 5 o'clock, and here we are at Tanks, and it's
We're gonna
still
open our doors and slam into that
standing tall.
sport.
Here's a big welcome sign, welcome hunters.
That.
Oh,
We've been into that.
Here we go. Good for you.
You can tell it was taken a few years ago, right?
I feel better now.
Well, we all get that picture taken. God, that looks like shit. And people go, oh, that looks
Right?
really good.
John's wife is a feeling better.
Yeah.
He's got some leg problems, so she's not able to get around. And then they have a dog that they've really been, you know, the dog's their kid. And that dog has been on the edge of death for 5 years.
Really?
And so they got to bring the dog out, and they got to bring the dog in, and, you know.
I went through that. I put mine down finally last September 9th last year. Put mine down. I'm 19 years old.
Yeah.
It's about time. She wasn't having fun in life anymore, so.
Oh, that's right.
You know, when you gotta literally, she's blind, she was deaf, she barely walked. So you had to bring her outside, you had to keep an eye on her, because if you didn't keep an eye on her, you didn't know where she was going to wind up. I screwed up one day and I found her about halfway back on the first 40 on my road. I had no idea where she was. I just happened to.
Start dropping off
where's
some
the dog?
glasses?
And after that, I think I don't know, probably about 9 minutes. She could hardly walk. Gotta do what you gotta do. She ain't having fun. She ain't.
Gee, does everyone have a glass now?
But they,
That guy would freaking tuck you guys into the ground. Oh, screw the hamstring. How about your shoulders?
Oh.
Look at your hamstring right here.
Oh, that's
String
ugly.
this ham, man.
Yeah, I choke on small bones.
www.smallbones.com.
Lean
Look at that
meat.
poor.
They're rangers.
Scary.
No wonder.
Who? Oh,
Rangers.
Range?
They're rangers. No wonder.
who's Rangers?
Tom, his brother.
He's a ranger?
Tom's a ranger?
Babbitt.
He came from a range?
Rangers.
Well, did he play
What the
hockey?
hell did you? Does he play? Do you have a puck with him?
Yeah, it's like New York Rangers. Come
What do you
on.
think his teeth are missing
You're-
from?
His teeth are missing. Oh, that solves it. His teeth are missing.
Yeah, no shit. He's
Son
a
of a
hockey
bitch.
player. That
He can't
explains
walk,
everything.
but he can skate.
He can't even enunciate the ABCs. But he's a good
He
guy.
don't walk too good, but you know, if you
Oh,
sharpen
sure.
his skates, he's
Oh,
does
we could
okay.
put a culvert in there for you, eh? Not a problem. Oh, sure, eh? Yeah, we played
do
hockey.
need a fucking culvert,
The
though.
puck.
Damn it.
What the puck? I tell you.
If
If he's a good guy, eh? You gotta stay with him.
So a guy could come in and just rip out what we got and put it in
Put a
a
new one.
culvert.
Oh,
For
shit.
what? How much?
It's no brainer.
I don't
Oh,
know.
no brainer. No money. That's the key.
It'll cost
Free.
$750.
Oh, says who?
Me.
Okay. But
Okay.
based upon
If I can do it for
What do you
$750, will you support me, man? Will you?
but
Will you?
I'm based upon who I have you
I'll
done your
be
homework?
based on me and my gut level.
Based your homework, or eh?
It's based
So
on just
500,
That sounds
blood,
fair to me.
shit, blood,
750.
No. I just said something. If you can
gut
do it for
instinct.
$750, are you okay with it, man? Huh?
Oh,
Are you okay?
I don't know. I don't.
Well, shit or get off the pot, man.
Well,
okay.
come on now. We're just talking here.
I know it. Well, what are you going to decide? Are you going to bullshit or what are you going to do?
I'm gonna shit. I'm gonna shit. Well, I have my choice. Shit or get off the pot, and I choose to shit. So based on that fact, so where are we going? I don't think we should just
So you done shit? I don't know.
I don't think we should just jump to the first guy that says, "Oh yeah, I can."
Oh sure, let's get.
Oh, sure.
Let's get some bids up here in the
Oh,
North Country.
doggone
Oh
right.
yeah, sure, betcha.
Hey, come on, highest bidder, lowest bidder. You gotta play the game here. Come on, I work for the state of Minnesota.
Yeah.
You gotta play that game.
Shit.
$750. I'll do it for nothing. I'll dig with my own shovel.
Oh well, then you got the deal.
You win the bid.
You won it.
Well, that's my
Have it
point.
done by December.
My point is, you guys, you laugh all you want. Laugh all you want. I'm just saying, 750. Oh, he just threw that out arbitrarily.
I
Based
just
on
threw
our
that
guy
out.
here,
I
right?
just threw that out.
You threw that.
I
Oh,
threw that.
okay. Okay, I'm just
Based
saying.
on everything I heard
Based
today,
on, okay.
and
based
what he
on
talked about his half-mile road getting built,
Yeah.
and everything he did,
Yep.
and I'm shooting from the hip,
Well, I'm saying
and I
there's-
think we can get it. I think from
there's-
this guy here who only lives 5 miles south of us,
Yeah.
we can have it done for $750 with the brand new.
Okay, so a chunk of steel that costs maybe
well, that chunk of
150
steel.
bucks.
Yeah, okay,
Chunk of-
$200.
No,
$200.
it's $200 for the chunk.
Okay, 150. I lowballed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had a 20-footer. We only need 16. So we got 150 bucks for a culvert, and then we got what? Maybe 4 cubic yards of dirt that needs to be moved. So it's
But the equipment to come in is
Yeah, no, it's
$300
peanuts.
an hour.
okay.
That's
But
peanuts.
I'm just you guys got to hear me out and say
We are attempting.
7. Oh, you guys. I'll shut up.
No, we're attempting.
No,
we're-
you guys,
we're
you guys.
listening.
We talked about this on Endure Raid. Remember?
Yep, we are attempting to listen.
Yeah. That's where I slap you across the head.
Go ahead. We're listening.
Yeah.
It is your airtime now.
I just no, I'm not going there.
Jeez. Well, okay.
I can get a bulldozer here.
Okay, we're opening or deer hunting Saturday at noon. I'm checking out the official thermometers that are sitting out the front of the shed, and I'm seeing 66 degrees. 66 degrees. Gotta be a first in a long time. Went out this morning. This has been kind of the day of the
We even got the old
repairing four-wheelers.
grass thing going here.
Grandpa's three-wheeler Big Red got a flat that Joshua rode in on, and the four-wheeler's got dry shaft problems that they're trying to solve right now. Nobody shot anything this morning, other than Jeremy tried to put down a little one that appeared to be possibly wounded. Sounds like Todd had some sightings. Otherwise, pretty slim pickings out there, but just a gorgeous, gorgeous day.
Oh, Duggar! You're the man!
Yeah, this is Todd. 7 o'clock in the morning. Looking kind of into the sun, I saw a deer move a couple of steps. It stood there, and it was way out, 100, 120 yards. And it may have been sitting there watching me as I looked at it, but I saw its head go up and go down. I didn't see any rack on it. I waited to see if there were more deer with it, like a buck or something, and waited and waited, and basically it vanished, and I never did see it again. Somewhere's about 9:30, Doug was out tramping. I could see him or hear him crushing through the brush, and lo and behold, he may have kicked up the same deer, and it took a couple of loping, real casual loping bounds to the left of me. Again, I didn't have a shot at it. Didn't see any antlers, didn't look like a big deer. And so that was my morning. I did see 2 deer, thank goodness, but other than that, no shots.
Jeremy Peterson, I was out there this morning. Didn't see anything for about the first hour. About 8:30 rolled around. Had a smaller fawn come in. Hung around there for about an hour. It looked like it was previously shot. I then did fire 1 shot at it. However, missed. Couldn't find any sign of me hitting it. And that was the only action I had all morning.
Hey, this is Josh. I was on the swing set stand, and I'm looking to my east, and there's a owl that comes about 12 feet off the ground, just flying around, and every once in a while it'd swoop down and then come back up, and then after a while it just swooped down, and then I saw it grab a mouse, kind of throw it up in the air, and catch it again, and then just kind of shake it, and he just annihilated the mouse. So it's a pretty good show. It was about 7:30 this morning as soon as I got out there. So that was my entertainment for the day.
Well, we're inside the Sand River Hilton 4 Saturday evening after a lovely, lovely afternoon in the high 60s. And have a few stories to tell. It was an eventful afternoon. For me, I went to BFU, my stand that nobody felt should be built, but I withstood the power of others, and Todd and I got her up, and that stand's big enough, by the way, to almost sleep on it, totally sprawled out. It was great. So I was out there in the sun, and I went out there. I was the first one out this afternoon. And I took my hat and I put it over my eyes, just laid down and slept. I don't know, slept probably till about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then just was looking around. It was the wind every once in a while. The wind would come up, and you'd feel it blow real hard, and then it'd drop down to nothing. It was starting to get dark. The sun had gone down. The sun had disappeared, and I was looking over at Doug. I could see Doug in his IDS tower, and just coincidentally, I could see Doug totally, just almost perfectly, and I brought my eyes down, and there, right on the trail between us, is this deer. I couldn't tell from that distance whether it was a buck or a doe, but it was good enough size that there was no question about that I was going to shoot at it, but at the same time, its eyes sees me. I don't have my gun. It's hanging on the tree. So I turned to the right to grab my gun, but it sees me well enough that I just stop. I just stop and let it get comfortable again, and it gets comfortable and then turns to the east, and as it's turning and puts its head down a little bit, I grab the gun, bring it up, and put it on it, the deer, and as soon as I saw a deer, I pulled off, and it leaped, and I think, my guess is I hit it, but it leapt with such great vigor that I didn't feel confident enough that I was just going to let it run off, so I pulled off a second one, and then it disappeared after the second shot. That second shot pulled my eyes off enough that I never did see it. It just totally disappeared. Well, it just went 20 feet and buried its head into a hole. And so a little later, Doug came down from his stand, and I directed him into the area, and he found it, and he yelled out, "It's a doe!" And everybody heard that, and so I thought we had a nice doe there, and I get over to the deer itself, and we go to drag it, and son of a gun if there isn't 2 little spikes on it. So it was a decent little buck, good size. I mean, the
nice size.
The size of the deer is good, but just a couple little spikes on it. So we carved it up and got it done just before dark, and came in. And tonight we're enjoying ham sandwiches, real ham sandwiches with pumpernickel bread and Swiss cheese and the specialty mustards and the whole shooting shebang, even the dill pickles. Really, really delicious. And then also Jeremy's chili. We're having a second round of Jeremy's chili. It is good. Okay. See the light there. And then just up there. So we don't know that down there. That's enough.
Hello, this is Doug. Well, at about 4 o'clock, I just so happened looked at my watch, and it was approximately a few minutes before 4. And while I was looking at my watch, I saw a little flicker. It would have been down south of me, down in the lowland, which I very seldom see any deer. And by the way, I am now up on the IDS tower, and I don't recall how many years it's been.
Long time.
Since anybody's been up on the IDS tower, but we can check back in the records and check it out. But at any rate, I've been up there for many years and have shot deer, but really basically haven't seen any deer down in the lowland. And I just saw a flicker of what I assume a whitetail, and again I grabbed the gun and I was looking at it disappeared, and then I did see somewhat of a body. Again, I didn't see the head, but I could just tell that there was something back in the brush, and there again it was very brushy, and I was ready to get the scope on it, but at that point it was such, I wasn't sure if it was going east or west. I kind of wanted to kind of find out to see where there's a clearing, shooting lane, if it was going to go either way. And at that point, it just disappeared. It just kind of walked away. And that's the excitement that I've had for this wonderful day.
We'll talk about how you saw my deer, though. That's kind of cool. When I shot, or what you did.
When Dwayne, I was basically looking the other direction of Dwayne when he shot, and I quick turned around, and Dwayne's second shot, I literally saw the recoil action on Dwayne's 30-06, and just to see that it's amazing, the kick that the gun actually has. But at that, when you're shooting, you just don't know that it's there. But I was there, and it was just right in front of me, and it was powerful. It was just boom. So that was neat.
Was it dark enough to see the shell at all?
No, I didn't see the shell. I was just looking at you, and I was looking at the gun. It was such at an angle that I could just, you were on the side, and I could see your shoulder actually go back and then forward again when you actually shoot. Boom! Your whole body, your shoulder actually moves.
Recoil.
The recoil, yeah. I never realized of how much movement there is when the shot is made.
Sure. All right. Thank you. All right, it's going. It's all yours.
Okay, this is old Papa Don. To make a short story long, I
Don't make it long.
hunted all morning and saw nothing. Started hunting in the afternoon and fell out of the deer stand. So while these guys are shooting deer, I'm picking myself up and climbing back up in this deer stand. And then after after a nice afternoon of sun, a beautiful day, loafing up there in the stand, I climbed on. Oh yeah, I forgot. One of the things that happened this morning was when I went to come home this noon, I had a flat tire on the rear tire of Big Red, and so had to walk in and Big Deal Josh to go back out there and drive that thing in for me, because he's light enough that he didn't ruin the tire on the way in. And so we got that patched up, took it back out, and spent the afternoon falling out of the deer stand. And that's the highlight of the day so far for me.
This is Jeremy. I went to Poacher Stand tonight. Beautiful evening, wonderful view, and that's about the only thing I can say good about tonight. Didn't see a darn thing. Absolutely gorgeous afternoon, though.
Yeah, Grandpa today fell from his stand while he was sitting on the 2x4 railing that he's got. The one that's on the east end collapsed and down he came. But other than the slight scratch on his cheek, he's walking around here as spry and looking as good as ever. It's just totally amazing. He fell, landed on his head and his shoulders. Okay, it's Sunday, and I went out this morning to BFU, then meandered up to the North Knoll, across to Papa Don's North, across to the milk carton stand, which now is defunct. We need to rebuild that one. It is still a great spot. Went up on Sears Tower, flowed all the way out to CR Point. We really do need to do a clear cut on the tip of CR Point. It's all brush because it hasn't been clear cut. Anyways, didn't see a thing other than the grouse off of Papa Don's North. There were 3 grouse, 2 hens, and a rooster, and they're walking around like they own the place. It's pretty cool. Let's go.
This is Todd. This Sunday morning I went to the North Blue Line. We call it the Poacher Stand. Beautiful day. Didn't see a thing. I'll have to get one next year.
Hello, this is Doug. Well, I once again was on the IDS tower, and it failed me. It did not produce a deer at all. I did not see anything. It was somewhat cool this morning. At least I was. I was kind of up in the air, and it was kind of chilly. So we're gonna have to try it again another time.
When the big it's going.
Alright, it's Jeremy. This morning I went to Lowland and was out there for approximately an hour and had 2 deer come by on the south side, wrapped around until I couldn't see the exact body until they got to just on the northeastern side, and the one stepped out. They took that one, got a small doe, and walked around the rest of the morning and didn't see anything else.
Hey, this is Josh. I was on the swing set stand for the 3rd time this weekend, and I got out there about 6:30, and sure enough, about 7 o'clock, 7:10, I was looking off to the north and had a chipmunk in my scope, and heard a bunch of loud noise right behind me, so I turned around, and sure enough, there's a flag just bounding away from me. So I turned around, and I got a big birch tree right in my view of the deer, so I couldn't really take a shot off right away. But I kind of pulled around the birch tree and let off a shot, and the deer didn't move an inch, didn't even flinch it. So I took another shot and took off, and so I was guessing that I got one. So I waited about 20 minutes and then got down, got about halfway there, had my gun on my shoulder, so I wasn't able to do anything, but sure enough, there's another deer out in the brush about 50 feet in front of me, and wasn't able to get a shot off on that. So that was my excitement. Saw 2 deer, but didn't get one.
It's all yours.
Good afternoon, Jerry Cuss here live from the Sandstone Hilton. We're covering the Super Bowl of all, and we had a couple of shots. Jeremy got one, which is great. Uncle Dwayne got one, that's fabulous. My son fired at something, I saw nothing. Todd is still hobbling around. So hey, it's been great. Warm weather, beautiful, thanks, have a great day.
Oh, well, yeah, this is Grandpa. I was appreciative that I was able to get the Big Red going, so that he hauled me out to the stand again this morning, and yeah, well, it was a good morning again, especially I see the flat tire on Big Red. I patched it up with some masking, it's a duct tape that I wound around the stem, and it holds air enough to get me out to the stand again this morning. And so I climbed up there and spent a few hours enjoying the scenery, but didn't see or hear any wild animals. And so then Doug was going to stop by with a 2x4 to fix the rail on my stand that broke. I fell out the other day, but he's going to give me the 2x4 later. I guess he was busy dragging in a deer, and so I'm just puttering around the building here now. I just put some screws in the back of one of our kitchen chairs so I wouldn't fall out of that. But otherwise, I think I'm pretty safe here, and looking forward to meeting Arlo this noon, and we're going over to the casino and live it up for the afternoon and the night, and go back home in the morning. And so that's about my story for today.
All right. 51st wedding anniversary, right?
Yep.
All right. Congratulations. Should mention that Ryan Tom was here Saturday. He went out to the North Knoll, I think both morning and night. Did not get anything or see anything. And then had a birthday party for his girlfriend's mother today down in Cottage Grove. It should also be noted that this was the first year since approximately 1956 that John and Don did not hunt together, when in fact there was a hunting season. John unfortunately had to stay home with his wife, who has got some pretty tough knee problems and just doesn't get around well, and also their dog, Topper, who has been on the edge of death for a couple of years now, and has to be taken out outside, literally, in terms of can't walk at all. So Uncle John didn't make it this year, and that is something to be noted, and something to be a little sad about. Hopefully he'll be a part of it next year.